My name is Scott Stoked, and I play the Tupal diplomat and Chief Gunter. So what brought me to the project? I'd say, I guess I didn't start on this project from the beginning. I came in later on. And it was the artwork, the animation, the voice actors who were already involved. And, I thought it was an interesting story. I'm Canadian. I was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba, but I pretty much grew up in Alberta. I lived in New Zealand on my own there for about 5 years, and I came back to Canada. And right now, I'm living in a small farm town because that's where I got a job. Voice acting is a hobby for me. I really enjoy being able to help out other sort of hobbyist animators or aspiring or independent animators, game producers, just trying to help add life to their projects and stuff like that, I guess. It's just something I really enjoy. And I'm relatively new to it, maybe about a year and a half now or so. And I love it, having a lot of fun. I guess something from Eve that affected me was just seeing the audition thread and seeing the quality of the scenes that have been developed already and the artwork. It made me to want to be a part of that project, and I let Mars know that even if I wasn't successful in the auditions, if there's anything coming up in the future, I would totally be interested. So yeah, I feel pretty lucky to be involved on this project. I like Gunter. He's a bit older. He's a seasoned guy. Sort of been around the block a few times, I'm sure. And he doesn't seem to put up with too much BS, and because life's too short to put up with a bunch of bull crap and stuff. So yeah, that's sort of my my take on things as well. So I guess I identify mostly with Gunter. I'd say I really have to say, this is a very diplomatic answer, but I have to say I admire the whole team. The art, the actors, the animation, the music, it all jives together, very well. And, props to Mars for the awesome artwork and animation. But, that said, you can have awesome art and animation, but have crap voices, crap recording quality, and crap music, and it just all falls to pieces. So I think everybody here is really pulling their weight, and it's good to be part of such a talented team. I play two characters, but I really like the look of the Tupal diplomat. I think he looks badass, like the robe and the glowing eye when he speaks, and the sort of processed voice and the metallic sort of robotic cyborg sort of looking face, like you're not sure what's under there. I think he's a really interesting looking characters, and I think yeah, he looks badass. For the Tupal diplomat, it might be hell. That might be the place he had a favorite place to visit. It could be hell. And Gunter, it looks like apparently he likes to chill at the pub once in a while, so I'll say that would be his favorite place to visit. And I would too if I had his job. I have two favorites. For voice acting, it's Mel Blanc. I grew up watching the Looney Tunes reruns every morning before school. My brother and I were always imitating the voices on there. And when I found out that Mel Blanc was the voice of so many of those characters, virtually all of them, I was just floored, and I thought that is the coolest job in the world. You could pay me $3 an hour to do that job, and I would be happy. So yeah, Mel Blanc, just an amazing guy. For a screen actor would be Morgan Freeman. I just love how he's so cool and he's just so even, and doesn't ever seem like he's really acting. It seems like that's him. This is the character and that's him. So really impressed with Morgan Freeman, especially in Shawshank Redemption. Love him in that movie. He's perfect in that role. Actually, I'm not a fan of Japanese anime. I don't watch any of the shows. It's just a personal preference thing. I don't have anything against it. It's just not my sort of taste in animation. That said, with Eve of October, I see the influences of Japanese animation in there, but I think it's really unique and stands on its own, and it's something that is a lot more visually appealing to me than Japanese animation. So I jumped at the chance to audition for it, whereas I don't audition for the Japanese fan dubs or other sort of original Japanese anime style animations. I think one of my favorite projects from the past, I have so many favorites. I've been really lucky to get on some cool projects. But one of my favorites, I think, where I learned a lot, it was a really good learning experience, was was working with BioWare on Dragon Age 2 video game. I just did some minor voices, I think about 6 or 7 characters, with about 3 to 10 lines each. And there was some fun stuff there, but it was nice to have a director right there, and just the environment, that professional sort of environment. It was I'm used to the studio. I've gone to the studio for music recording and stuff like that, but in a voice acting capacity, it was really neat to be in that sort of professional environment. I quite enjoyed it. It was really good to learn a few things there. No, I haven't worked in theater. I don't have an acting background at all, really. I took a drama class in grade 7 because my friends were in it, and I think I failed the course because I didn't participate. I was too shy. So, yeah, no. In short, I haven't worked in theater. I sing and I play bass, sort of. I play bass good enough, not great, but well enough. And I've sung in various bands over the years. When I lived in New Zealand, I was singing in a punk band there for a while and stuff too, until I came back, and that was a lot of fun. Gunter's voice was definitely inspired by, sort of a variety of, tough city cop type characters from TV and cartoons and that sort of thing. It's a pretty easy voice for me to do, so I throw it out a lot on some projects that require the sort of tough guy type thing. The diplomat's voice wasn't based on any other character in particular. Basically, I just wanted him to sound a bit snobby, a bit sort of regal, a little bit threatening, because I felt that's what his character is.